Y'all, I clicked on and it said not connected, try again. I'm like, excuse me, sir, miss, ma'am, sir, ma'am. So I pushed it again and we're here. So yes, I am at my station. I'm excited. We're going to put on some cotton candy chapstick. I'm going to do the intro for the replay crew. I I'm excited for the day, but I'm also a little apprehensive because the way I'm going to do what I'm doing is not how I have done it before. So we're going to do underpainting, but I'm calling it extreme underpainting because we're going to go bold, we're going to go dark, we're going to go deep. Um, and I know underpainting is supposed to be darker, deeper, because then you're going to put foundation on top and powders and stuff like that. But I'm just like, I'm just curious, like, what it's going to actually look like. So, yeah, I'm being weird. I did my brows today, and I think well, no. I always think, not always, I sometimes think they look okay, but then when I look again, like I'm looking at my brows now, it's like, no. Anyway, I have an itch on my nose. So, hello and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. You who I don't even like you who likes chocolate flavored water. I knew people who love that, and I'm like, that is just gross. No offense if you love it, I like it for you. So I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. You already quoted glimpse of why. The crazy just knowing it's okay to be your authentic self, and the troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You'll hear sometimes you must use this brand, this tool, this technique. Hey, Dawn, and I'm here to tell you that you don't use whatever you want to use, however you want to use, with whatever tool you want to use to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Because here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we believe in self acceptance and self love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Hey, Grace, love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So I hope that resonates with you if you're new. If you are new and this is your first video of me, thank you for being here. Um, oh, don't make me laugh. Today has been a better day. Um, I don't know about that one because we just going to go ham on this one. We are really just playing the makeup. This is not. I wouldn't do this like this on a client. I practice on myself. My clients get better treatment sometimes than I give myself as far as what I'm doing. So I'm going to show you what we're going to use. And these are all of my cream products. And so we're going to use them. Maybe all of them. I don't know. We are going to I'm just making sure I'm not forgetting anything. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. This is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Face Essentials palette. This one is for complexions tan to deep. And what you see on the outside is what's on the inside. Makeup Forever is a professional makeup brand, and their price reflects that. But anyway, but their products do last for years. They don't have a PAO on them, which means they should be good for at least 30 months after you open it. I don't double dip, so that's why you see all these lines in here. And I did talk about before how I purchased more of these Real Technique brushes. This is number 20. No, it's not, number 200. And I purchased more of the 210. So these are usually the brushes that I use. Instead of scooping out, I'll just get enough on the brush to do whatever I'm doing. So that way I don't have to keep, going back and forth to a palette. But, so that's what this is. And so these are blushes and highlighters. These are supposed to be contours and bronzers. These two up here, I don't know what these are. I have used this. The only one in here I have not used was this one. This one is a matte. Actually, they both are. Everything on this side is a matte. I have used this one as a highlighter. It's very light. So this is more so if I just wanted to put something there to amp up a powder shadow. So I would just use one of these as a base, like a highlighter base. But then if I do have someone that's really fair, even though this says it's for tan to deep, this still may work for that. But I just have never used that one. And maybe we'll just put that on today just to see. So I guess I have used everything in here. I didn't use this one for the longest time because it looks very rich, very dark. But y'all, if you're familiar with cream products, they usually don't go on as deep as they look in the pan, especially after you blend them out. So I was like, I really love this one. Once I used it, I have used all of these. And so when I said we're going to go heavy, we're going to use these darker tones. So this is one of the products that we'll use. This is MAC Studio Fix Conceal and Correct Palette, and this one is for dark complexions. And for me, I have used, when I was playing around with color correcting under my eyes and around my nose area, I used this, but it still showed up more than I liked it to. And I had to like put on extra stuff to cover it up. But since then, I've been using the Natasha, which I really like. And so I have used everything in here. Everything has a mark in it. And again, I have not double dipped. This is not this yellow in person. This is like a mustard in person. And I'm starting to sweat already. I felt okay enough today to cut my hair, y'all. I am a lot better, but my body keeps reminding me to take naps. And so I did have a nap today. I have these two Cosmic Beauty, thank you, bestie, cream blushes. And I had nothing from the brand at all. And I don't even know if I was aware. Oh, hey, Janessa. Oh, that's exciting. Well, not that they canceled rehearsal, but I'm glad you're here. Hopefully, no shenanigans. This one is Blush Butter. Is that the name of it? No, no. The product is called Blush Butter. The name of this blush is called Got Chills. And so this is a cream blush. And so we'll probably put this on because it's not much of a shade. But we're going to just doing some stuff. This one, y'all. This one is Heroin. So remember what I said about blushes, cream products may look really bold, but then when you put them on, they're really not. This one is gorgeous. And I think I put Lavender Blonde from House Labs over top of this, and it was gorgeous. I feel like I'm starting to sweat, and that's not a good thing because we're going to be doing cream product stuff. This also Bestie sent me. Y'all can tell I've been using it. Look, it's starting to look dry. You can see like the brush marks in it. This is from Sigma, and this one is Pashmina. And that is that. So these are all the cream products that I have. I will be using, I think we're just going to finish this up, y'all. This is the Soft Lit Fenty foundation. I am like down to here. Like this is spinning. It's not even like pumping out in a straight stream anymore. And I just started using this November 1st. So December, January, did I say February? December, January, February. So I had this about a little over 3 months, and it is almost gone. So we're just going to finish that off today. I don't know if I'll repurchase it. I do like it for when my skin is drier this time of year. But I can always just put on extra moisturizer before I use the soft matte. So I'm like, I don't know. But I do have money I need to spend. Gift card from Sephora, gift card from Ulta, which doesn't expire, so I'm not concerned about that. But there's nothing I want from Sephora. So, but this is what we're doing today. So let me see if I'm catching up on any, or if I'm missing any comments. That was funny, Janessa. That was actually better than when I did a live stream and I had it set for private instead of public. And I'm doing a live stream like, it's so weird nobody shows up yet. I had it set for private by mistake. Oh my gosh. I'm just looking at the comments. Okay. So, yo, I did a video, 2 videos, 1 video, 1 look each eye with this palette. I am not feeling it, y'all. The Spellcraft palette. And I said in that video I am going to do at least 2 more looks, which will end up probably being 1 on one eye, 1 on the other. Those shimmers in there, as pretty as they are, they crease on me horribly. And I keep going back to, well, back here on YouTube to search for it. And the only looks with that palette is when it was first launched. And so I'm wondering, like, maybe other people had issues too, and that's why nobody's still using it. The only videos are like 2 months old, and that's when it launched. And usually something will kind of still trickle in, or like, you know, faves of the month or a recap or whatever. No, there's nothing. So as pretty as it is, these shimmers in here are not it. And I've already taken pictures and put it in my Macari store. But I am still going to do 2 more looks with it though. So let me take a sip of water. The shimmers in that palette, for me, they creased. So many palettes are so easily forgotten. That is true, but y'all know me. I use what I have, and the shimmers creased. And granted, you don't see my crease when I do like this, but when I would go like this, you can see like a line all the way across, all the way across. And the second clip of that video, I think it airs on the 18th. I did more padding versus blending, and it still creased. And I'm like, did this, and it falls off. The ones that are the flakiest, I can clean up, finish my face, and then it just still keeps falling. And so I'm just like, y'all know what? So let's get into this video. I feel like I'm forgetting to tell y'all something. I think I'm forgetting to tell y'all something, but getting a little chilly now because I cut my hair today. Yo, I usually cut my hair every 2.5, 3 weeks. It's been like almost 4 weeks because I have been sick and I still am. But I am a whole lot better. I went to my mailbox yesterday. My cold medicine was finally there. And I'm just like, do I even need it now? But it's more so just for cough and chest congestion. So yes, I do need that. So we're going to go ahead and prime the face. And I had on my calendar today, and I was wondering if I wanted to cram this in. I had in my calendar today to do one look each eye with the Sigma Untamed palette because I'm just really curious about how the formula works and you know. But I said, you know what, let's just paint the face and not do way too much stuff, especially because if I lose energy, I'm gonna be like, ugh. But so we'll do that another day. So in this primer, we're down to here. This is the soft matte. Do I have another milk? I don't know. We're gonna do 4 pumps. And this is what I've been doing. I do use more primer when I don't mix it with the foundation. So that I don't like, but you gotta do what you gotta do. We're gonna take this Sigma brush and we're going to do this, and then we're gonna get into these cream products. Y'all, I did go out today. I'm almost back to my normal sleep cycle. I'm getting sleepy at like around 4, 5 in the morning. And so I went to bed. I woke up somewhat well rested, like around 10. And I was just like, wow. Because during this entire time I've been sick, there's been at least 4 days where I slept the entire day away, where I would go to sleep in the morning and wake up the next morning. And so for me to be waking up, and I still do wake up every 90 minutes or so, but to feel alert enough to get up, I was just like, okay, I am definitely getting better. So I went to the post office. I'm still waiting for something to come in for Bestie, and it's supposed to be here tomorrow. But everybody else that I was supposed to send stuff out to, I did mail those off today, and I did send the tracking numbers for those items. And then I came home, ate a bagel with butter. Then I started getting sleepy, so I got in bed probably maybe around 3:30, and I set my alarm for 6:30. And so I am here. I haven't eaten dinner yet. The only thing I had so far today was that bagel with butter and Boathouse Farms like 30 minutes ago. Like 7 ounces of Boathouse Farms. So that is it. Yeah, I'm just curious, Dawn, of people's experience with that palette. And I'm not seeing anything. And I know some people don't want to say if they had a bad experience, but to me, I want to know because I would be the one that would also have that bad experience. But yeah, nothing. I have seen nothing on YouTube about that palette since 2 months ago. And so that's making me feel like, yeah, it really is trash. The mattes are really wonderful, though. But I don't know if that'll be enough for me to keep it because y'all know I want to love what I have, and I ain't loving that. So with underpainting is when you put a lot of stuff on your face under your foundation. So that's why they call it underpainting. And so you go heavy with your contour, your bronzer, your blush, your highlighter, and all of those are cream or liquid products. And then you blend out whatever you're going to do, and then you put your foundation on, and then you set your powder. If you set your face, everyone doesn't set their face, but if you do, then you would set your face, and then if you wanted to go on top of everything with powder, bronzer, blush, contour, highlighter. So it just really depends on what exactly it is you want to do. And I would imagine some of it has to do with what your skin type is, because if you run oily, some people who have oily skin stay away from cream products because it can make you look shiny or oily. And so for those, I would imagine that they would still set their face afterwards. Um, that's just my thought on that. So we're going to go ahead and put on our concealer. What I've been doing is, I'm looking very pale. This is Natasha Denona. This is NY11, and it is described as tan neutral yellow. And I've only just been putting just that right there, and that is more than enough. With these concealers, for me, I only need a little bit. I just need a little bit. Fenty Brow, of course, and the NY12, which is described as dark neutral yellow. That's what we've been putting here. I have been putting more on top of foundation, just a little bit. It works a lot better underneath foundation because for me, this Natasha concealer, they do oxidize. And I keep thinking back to when I first purchased it, which was the Y10, and I did not like it under my eyes. But then the longer I had it on, I'm like, you know what, this is really nice because it does oxidize down. But I like the NY11 better, but I am still going to use this one because I don't like the waste stuff, and there is nothing wrong with it. I do still have some of the Estee Lauder 4N, which is what I used around my nose, but then I still end up going on top of foundation with it. And ironically, this concealer does say put on top of your foundation, and it makes sense to me because our foundation gives us coverage. And so when I see, this is a me thing, when I see someone who, they put concealer just about everywhere on their entire face, and I'm just like, why even use foundation? Like, or just put on the foundation and then see where you need or where you want to put concealer. But people do things different ways. Here, do what you want to do. If you like it, I love it for you. So we're going to take the same brush. And I have started letting it sit a little bit like I just did. But this is a lot of coverage. And I even been doing like right here because I wear glasses. And so there's that indentation right here. I've been doing that too, and sometimes if I'm a little too excited, I get it on my tear duct area, which is not a good thing. So that's what I was just doing, was getting it out of there because I don't want my eye to tear and then ends up foundation in there. So this is that. So this is what it looks like now. But in a little bit though, the color's going to change. I've heard people say before in videos or comments saying, I thought that was the way to do concealer when I didn't know any better. What was I wrong? And I think, and Dawn, if you're saying that because of what we see here on YouTube, because a lot of people do that, and I'm just like, like why? Because to me, I'm thinking that's wasting concealer. Because I see channels where they do like all the way down to here. So this whole area here, this whole area here, and then they're putting on their chin and their nose, and then they're doing, you know, up here, and then they're using concealer for contour and bronzer. So it's, their whole face is marked up. And I'm just like, don't even have concealer. This is just drag makeup. And so look how my under eyes are looking. So it is settling in already. Hey, Tony. And so I've never done that, even back in the day, because I'm like, and I know people use concealer for different reasons. I'm just concealing under my eye. I'm not trying to highlight. I'm not trying to do bronzing. It's just, so it depends on what you want to do. And I do understand using concealer for, you know, contour and stuff like that. And even in Natasha's videos, like she does all of that. But for me, if I'm going to do all that and then put on foundation, and my foundation gives me nice coverage, I'm just covering up what I did, and you'll see some of that today. By the time they bounce the sponge all over, the concealer is practically gone, says Dawn. I remember the first time I tried to use a sponge, this was way back, and that video is probably still up, and it's busted as hell. I leave up busted videos, because if y'all think I'm busted now, y'all be like, okay, yeah, this is a lot better. So this one is a little bit darker, as you can see, but then this area of my face is darker because of my disrespectful mustache area. So, and we'll just take a little bit of the Estee Lauder just because I need to use it, and the PAO is next year. So we're just going to do two little dots. The first time I used the sponge, I used it dry. And because I only put that little bit of concealer, all it did was pull the concealer off my face. And I was like, what the hell's the big deal about a sponge? And then I learned, oh, okay, wet the sponge and then wring all the water out. So I did that, and then I put it inside of a paper towel, wrung it out some more, make sure all the water was out. Um, and still, I tried the sponge to pat out foundation. All it did was lift the foundation off my face. And so my theory was I didn't use enough concealer or enough foundation. And if you think about it, when you see people that do a lot of concealer or a lot of foundation, it's pulling off the excess. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I'm like, okay, that could be kind of a waste, but that's just me. And so, but that's what my theory was for me. It was pulling off my foundation and concealer because I wasn't putting enough for it to blend out and to pull up the excess because there was no excess. And I think I tried using a sponge maybe a handful of times. Yeah, that's when I stopped going. I don't use this sponge anymore either because I'm like, I don't use enough product. That little bit of concealer, if I put a sponge on that, it's just gonna take it off my face. But and some people swear by a sponge. They say they have to use a sponge or they'll have streaks from the brush for foundation. I've done foundation tutorials and I do pat like I'm doing now, even though there's no foundation. So I don't have streaks. If you have an excess amount of foundation on your face, liquid foundation on your face, and you do swipe it, yeah, you're going to have train tracks on your face. And to me, that again speaks to how much product is being used. Like, I've never had a problem with streaks on my face using a brush. And so when I hear people say that, I'm just like, okay, we do things different. So now we're going to go into, yes, y'all, I'm a little bit nervous because underpainting does look crazy. The first time you like thicker foundations, I like a sponge sometimes. Um, The first time I did underpainting was a member request, and it was from Denise. And I was like watching videos, like, how the hell I do that? And it came out nice though. But I was just like, and then I thought, you know what, I need to do this more. And I do find with clients, I do use cream products, excuse me, and then I set their face, and then I'll put on powder, contour, bronzer, blush, highlighter, that type of thing. And the reason I do that is because to me it makes the look last longer. And then of course I do spray the face at the end. But for me, I typically don't underpaint, but I do find for clients I'm using cream products. So y'all, this is gonna be crazy. Keep in mind I said it's gonna look crazy. We are So not only is it going to look crazy, but it's going to be like, what the? Oh, part of my intro, I forgot to say if you're new here, I do curse because I curse. I was going to drop the F-bomb. And there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. And I do always try to be aware of it. Excuse me, sometimes it does get past me. But yeah, so we're going to take this one. Who in here underpaints? Whether once in a while or like all the time, because some people they do it all the time. Um, you know what, Janessa? We need to do a collab. We need to, and it's still rolling around in my head like a live stream. Because I think with me, you and Grace, that would be a lot of fun. I do. Let me get out of my head about that. All right, so I played with it a little, but my foundation is so thick, it's hard for anything to show through. And that was part of my point, Janessa, is that our foundation gives us coverage. And so if we're putting on a whole bunch of stuff underneath and then putting on foundation, it's like, are we wasting product or is it really showing up? So I put a lot on here and I'm not going to go back in here. Sometimes what I do with clients is I will then just tap this on the palette because this is a lot on here. Hey, Sunzere, you bought the cream palette from Meg and haven't used it yet. Which one did you get? Did you get one of these ones? This is Studio Fix Conceal and Correct palette. Did you get one of these? And one of the people I worked on, I had to mix one from in here and one from somewhere else. It's most effective if I do something glowy, highlight under my foundation. Yeah, that makes sense because that glow is still going to come through. I haven't, but probably works better when using all cream or all liquid. Oh, I missed Tony's reply. Excuse me, y'all, if I poked you in the eye. Okay, you got this one. And so I mixed it for her. And I did an even mix. And so she had messaged me later saying, oh my gosh, I forgot to take a picture of the product. And so I sent it to her, but I told her I did an even mix, whatever this was, and then another palette. And I said, if you can go into a MAC store and just do an even mix and let them test it on you or just test it on yourself and see if it looks like what I used. And then just buy those two products. I told her not to buy an entire palette just for one shade because she would have had to get two palettes because I mixed two shades. And so it was good that I did an even mix because then she can just do an even mix and find something. And I said, if you can just find one thing that's that color when you mix it, I said that would be perfect. Um, and that made me realize I need to get some small containers with lids so that I can give stuff away. And I know some people do that for like lipsticks and stuff like that. But yeah, I haven't done that yet. So this one, and this is super dark. So we're not going to pat it on my palette. Watching Makeup by Mario, he taps on his hand. Y'all know I don't like stuff on my hands. And so I'm nervous, y'all. This. No, I'm starting to stutter. We're going to use this for contour. So we are just going to tap it, y'all. Can I get it the same? Where did I start? This, and if you remember, we have some on the side of the brush. I'm using the tip of the brush. And so it's just like, girl, and that's too much. And we are going to blend it. And I'm telling you, this is going to look really crazy. And it's supposed to. But then it'll work out. Trust the process. And what I see sometimes is, are they even? What I see sometimes is they'll do all of this all over and then they'll blend it out. But for me, depending on how quick the product's dry, it may not want to blend out. So yeah, I kind of blend right away. Or not any longer than I did for my concealer. This line is crooked. So this, yeah, y'all, we have a mask on. We're going to be looking crazy. This is going to be fun, though, because I'm curious of, like, how it's going to turn out, because I don't think I've done my entire face. And it's just crazy that I do more of this on clients than myself. So do I want to do up here? So we're just going to, yeah, y'all see? So what we're going to do now is we're going to just press to see what we can get out of here. And there's really not much coming out of here, which means it's drying on the brush already. And so part of me is like, just take a different brush because this is not wanting to move. Y'all, oh my gosh. Let me know if you are afraid for me. Don't make me laugh. Whew, excuse me. When I cough like that, y'all, it makes me lightheaded. Yeah, this is and for me it's keeping this line straight. Oh, I'm dizzy now. When I cough like that, I get dizzy. It makes me lightheaded. I'm just trying to see if this is kind of same, but I know I'm sitting crooked though. So we are just going to do this straight. Y'all, this is gonna be looking crazy. And if we do, oh, you know what I should have brought over here? I should have brought my my RCMA palette that has a white in it, because if this looks really crazy, we could have just did like clown makeup. But I didn't think to bring that over here. And I had it sitting here for the longest time, then I finally put it away. So even from here, you can see the contour. And y'all know I use bronzer and contour interchangeably, but today we are actually contouring. And this is dark as hell. Oh gosh. So my alarm went off at 6:30. And I've been wanting to cut my hair for the last few days, but I just haven't had the energy. Y'all, it takes me less than 10 minutes to cut my hair. So I'm just like, why are you tripping? Oh, that looks very square. Excuse me. And so then when I got up there, I said, you know what? And it takes me less than 10 minutes. I said, let me just go ahead and do it. So I cut my hair, washed it. I want to buff this out some more, but we're going to do, damn, yo, this looks crazy. But we're going to put bronzer on too. And we're going to go lighter with the bronzer. I am just trying to get it even. So at least if it looks crazy, it still looks even. You know what I mean? But my face looks scrunched up. All right, so we're going to put this brush away. I'm starting to sweat. Am I missing any? YouTube is pushing shorts again because they're offering a bonus. Not a bonus. What are they calling it? Excuse me. They're called, because I don't know if you notice at the top there's like a little diamond thing, and so they have it now where I want to do this one, but that's still dark too. Look how deep this is. If you have a really deep dark complexion like this, so I do want to do this one, but that's dark too. So maybe I'll just go lightly with that. Maybe we're gonna go lightly with that. Do I want a different brush? Is that the brush? No, I put that away. We are going to take this brush, and if we do a vertical, we're going to go into here. So we're going to just do a press and wiggle. So if we do a vertical live and you get X amount of gifts, they're giving bonuses for that. And it needs to be vertical lives though. I mean, you can still do the gifts thing, but for the bonus they're doing, and I'm like, why are they trying to push vertical? So we are going to, I think I need more on this brush, or not, because this is going to be looking crazy. So you do see how it's blended. So I don't know why they're pushing vertical shorts, and lives, and they did that before, and they had a bonus thing, and I did get the bonus because all you had to do was just do like a certain amount of lives, and it wasn't contingent upon, you know, gifts or anything like that. My hand is behind my back with the palette. See, I'm not coughing on my makeup. So this is what this is looking like. Oh my gosh, I don't think there's anything left on this brush. It's a little bit. Y'all, this is looking, I do like my nose to be a little toasty. I never highlight my nose because it's big as hell already. So, you know, I got a square face. And I always knew I had a square forehead, but now it's just like, yeah, you really square. I'm a square. All right, we're going to put that brush away. This color right here is so pretty. But you know what? We have these two. I want to use this purple one, Heroine. You know, we're going to use both of these because one is purple, and I am like seriously sweating. I've been sweating a lot lately when I see here, and I do know part of it is the lights and part of it is being sick, even though I'm not as sick. Got chills. We're going to take Heroine first, and that's what that looks like. Yo, I look... Oh my gosh. I'm coughing more today since I took my cough medicine. I don't know if it's an expectorant or what. So we did not use anything out of this one. Do I want to? I don't think so. This one, this is it right here, y'all. This right here. And we are going to come back to this for highlighter. So I'm going to take Heroine. And we're going to see what this looks like after we put foundation on it. Like, is everything still going to be looking chiseled? That does look like it needs to be blended out more, though. I do know that, but I told y'all we're going extreme. So we loaded up the brush with Heroine. And so we're going to... Ooh, that's pretty. Y'all, this is pretty. Probably extra talking is causing the cough. I don't know, maybe. Because there are times I do just have a coughing fit, believe it or not. And I'm just like, okay, what's happening? Oh, man. This is a pretty color. And so it did erase some of the bronzing aspect. This needs to be blended out for sure, for sure. I'm only going to do this just because this is a pretty color. I normally don't put blush on my nose. I mean, on my forehead. Is that cream blush by MAC? This is Cosmic Beauty, actually. And Grace had gifted this to me. And I didn't even know they had, I didn't even know that they had cream blushes. Because I don't keep up with the brand. And she sent me this one also. This one has got chills. And so we're going to put this above the purple. And so these brushes all come in handy because I don't got to be scooping. And so that's all we're going to use from that. And so we're going to put this up here. Whoa! Whoa! Huh. Good God Almighty. I didn't expect that. That's pretty though. This, if I were doing like a full face, cute clown type makeup, this to me is a nice gradient. Because we have this deep, whatever color this is, and then we have that purple, and then we have that pink. Like just this right here, that gradient aspect, and how shiny this pink is. I like that. My face is looking really scrunched up. We're going to put that brush away. We're going to take a brush with this is the last one. And we're just going to do this because this is not it. And it is blending out some, which is great. So this is, you need to be blended more. And this is blended. So you see how, yeah, it was looking crazy. And I didn't think it was going to blend, but what I needed was a brush with nothing on it. And I am putting, like you see my skin moving, right? Like I am putting pressure to blend this. And it is blending. Excuse me. I didn't make tea last night because when I finished drinking it, it was like 4 this morning. And I didn't feel like boiling water, which is crazy. I have a water pot. Just put water in it and then plug it in. But when I get tired, y'all, I'm just like, I'm done. So you see how all of that blended out? I want to take, we're going to put that brush away. We're going to take, this brush doesn't have anything on it. Hey, Melissa. Just getting home and taking a break from unpacking the car. What'd you get? What'd you get? So we're just going to go on small circular mode. I don't want to blend this down. So we're just going upward this way. Hey, Sylvia. What'd you get, Melissa, after you unpacked? You can tell us. So we are blending this upward. I don't want to bring it down any. So you see how it is blending. So we got a lot of stuff on. Oh, you know what? I need to do highlighter still. Y'all, this is something. This is something you don't see here on this channel every day. I came down too far on that one. Well, not really, because this side is down far. Went to Costco. What didn't I get? There's a Costco near me and a BJ's near me, and they're both about the same distance away. But I have a BJ's card. I like that they have coupons sometimes. So this is what we're looking like. Y'all, I am sweating, and I keep going like this because with my arms being bent, it's like I am sweating. I think my neighbor has his heat turned up. My neighbor downstairs. We are going to go back into the Makeup Forever. And do I need to put, I don't think I need to put highlighter anywhere. Because we got the contour, bronzer, blush, and it's that, I forgot how bright that got chills is. I do know some people highlight their forehead. I don't never do my Cupid's bow either. Like I'm content with my facial features. And so I don't, and then sometimes to me it looks like snot. Yes, I said it. Sometimes, well, no, well, yeah, either snot or like a milk line. Some of the highlights they do on their Cupid's bow, and I don't think that's a cute look. I always wanted to go to BJ's. Oh, it's about 2 hours away? 2 hours one way? Damn. We had an appointment out of town. Figured make it worth the trip. That's how you do it. Yeah, if you have to go that far, make it count. Wow. So I want to use this one just to see, but I don't think it's going to look like anything. But yeah, we're going to swipe this in here. We're going to put this on our forehead. And we're going to just do both sides just in case. So now we can say we've used everything in this palette. So this is something I never do. Is highlight my forehead. Sometimes with the finishing powder, if I use one that makes me toasty, like Eternal Light from Hourglass, I'll put that like here in the center of my forehead, but not like right here where people usually put like 3 lines and then they go back and blend it. That is shiny. We are going to put a little bit right here just because we're playing along. That don't look right. And some people do their chins. We're just using what's on this brush. And so, yeah, so we're doing the thing today. Y'all, okay, the truth is in the pudding. So these are all the brushes that we used so far. Did not double dip. And it, honestly, it would have, I was going to say would have been better if I would have scooped it onto the palette, but then I would have used a different brush for each color anyway, you know what I mean? So we did not use this one. We want to put that away. That's the Sigma powder, Sigma cream blush that Bestie sent me. We did not use this. And so the only 3 things we used, which to say 3, like there's 6 different things in here. We used this and, oh, can I get it open? Got chills. That's super bright pink. Ooh. And heroin. So now what we're going to do, this is the fun part. Seeing if it all comes together. We're going to see how much we can pump out of here. But I do think this is just about done. This is the soft lit. Yeah, y'all, this is done. I thought if I stood it up straight, but it's okay, it's spitting. It is spitting. It is spitting. So this is done, y'all. I only had it for 3 months. This is done. So it's going into my makeup trash. Let me know if y'all are afraid for me. So this is what we have on here. Let me know if y'all are afraid for me. All right. All right, we're going to go under here. And this is just normally how I do my foundation. I usually just do under my eyes first, just a little bit. And then I'll do under my nose area because that's where I want the most coverage. And then I will go back and pat it out. And so we're going to see, like, is this still going to be looking crazy? Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think this is going to be looking like, girl? Y'all, look at, see, this is what I'm saying. You put all this on, and then, like, where it go? The idea is that you'll still see some of the color underneath. And that's why you go heavy. And I've never went this heavy before. I've never put this amount of product, the depth of this amount of product. But, yeah, y'all, it's, okay. Yeah, so I think this is, y'all, like, where did it go? And it is trust the process. But still, I'm kind of like, I really thought more was going to show up. But what this is teaching me, and hopefully it's teaching you, is that don't be apprehensive about putting on deep colors for underpainting. Because how dark that was. Right. All of that, right? Look at this. I still see this line, but that's it. I see a little bit of that pink, or maybe that's the highlight. My forehead is glowy where I put that there. But I really thought it was going to show more. I really did. I really, really, really did. And so the only thing I'm seeing is the contour. And I do see like a line right here. So what this tells us is use dark colors and just go for it. And also, especially because for me, the Fenty foundation is the full, I'll say medium to full coverage. And so even with all of that we had on, Like, would you have thought I had all that stuff on my face? Tony says, so what's the use of underpainting? Because the idea is that some of the color will still show through, and um it'll make your makeup last longer in the sense of the colors. Because even with cream products, most people, if they do a cream blush, they'll put a powder blush on top of it, and what it does is that it adds longevity to the cream products underneath. But for this though, Fenty is a good ass foundation. I see a little bit of this line from this contour. I see some shading along my jawline, and like right here. That is it. But yeah, that's a good question, Tony. Because seeing this, it's like, why did you just do all that? To show you all not to be afraid to just do stuff. So it might be me, but I do see a little bit of glow like on my cheek area here. I'm assuming that is only prep for powder product to show up more. Yeah, basically. Um, I will say though, if I had used a skin tint, something that doesn't give me as much coverage as the foundation I used, you would still see more of the products underneath. So I turned off the ring light. So I definitely see the contour. And the idea is that it looks faint and it's not like bam, pow in your face. I do see some of the blush here. My forehead, it's like, do I see something or do I not see anything? But just to set the stage for the rest of your face, to give your makeup longevity without looking like you have a lot of stuff on. And this really does look like I don't have anything on really. Because this could be my natural contour. This could be my natural contour. And so either blend out less or use a foundation with less coverage. And maybe even just a skin tint. But don't you use cream, blush, and contour after foundation. You do if you're not underpainting. Underpainting is painting underneath your foundation. And so it depends on what it is you're doing. And I don't know why this was a trend. And so I could go in with more cream products. But the idea is underpainting is underneath your foundation. And so that is what we did today. And when I do use cream products, I do still go over it with powder. So this is the foundation that is left. So just so you can see, y'all, it's not scary. Because it's like, what did she do? Like, what happened? But I will say, I think my skin looks good, though. Considering all that we put on, I do like how that contour looks. But it makes my bag pop out. Because now this is looking pink, and this up here is looking tan. So what we're going to do now, do I want to use, we're going to take Pashmina. Do I have it in a clean brush? We do have a clean brush. We're going to take this one, and I was looking to see what else we have. So, and then after I powder down, right, Tony, it does, right? Like it does. Like with all of that, it's like, what? But then, like, I think my skin looks really good. And even looking at the concealers that we use for under my eye and around my nose area, like, and so that could be a draw as well. It's just knowing that my skin is going to look freaking good. So we're going to put, this is Pashmina, and it's not really that much of a color. It's not that much of a color. It's barely a color. And maybe because I have so much freaking stuff on my face. And this one is mine, so we are going to just double dip. But the MAC and the Makeup Forever, those are in my kit, so that's why I didn't double dip those. So this is really a light shade, and so I do always top this with a powder blush. And so this is what we got. I am sweating. I know I keep saying that because I feel gross when I sweat. I couldn't stand it when I was in Texas. It was just like, this is just gross. Excuse me. So we're going to, we're going to set the face. And so then we're going to go over top of everything with powder stuff. I think you I think if you tend to overdo deeper shades of blush, underpainting might help you achieve. Wait a minute. I know I can read. I think if you tend to overdo deeper shades of blush, underpainting might help you achieve a more subtle look. Let me read that again. My comprehension is like what? If you tend to overdo deeper shades of blush, underpainting might help you achieve a subtle. Yes, because it covered up everything, almost everything. And the only thing I am seeing is this contour around here. And I don't even see a lot of the contour up here. And that was looking really dark too. And so, yeah, you would have to go dark. Maybe not blend as much as I did. And maybe not use a full coverage foundation. And it does give a subtle look. Like this looks subtle. This down here looks subtle. You know what I mean? But all that stuff we had on, it's just like, what was the point? Because my skin looked good. So hopefully, I'm hoping that this encourages you to just try things. Because even me, I was apprehensive, like using all of these deep colors. But then look at my face. Like my skin looks good, my face looks good. It doesn't look overdone. It doesn't really look like I did all the work that I did. But just play around with things because you may like the finished look, even though the colors are like, okay, that doesn't look like there's anything there or was anything there. Like, look at my skin though. Subtle, I don't know her. Look at Cloud Forever. That's my friend over there, y'all. Oh, don't make me laugh to death. And so, and sometimes that's what it's about. And I'm thinking about no one in particular, but there were a few makeup artists that they would say, like a client will come in and say, oh, I just want to know makeup look. I want to look like this. And they would show a picture of Kim Kardashian. And the makeup artist would be like, because it takes a lot of makeup to look like you're not wearing makeup. And so people see those types of looks and they're like, oh, I want to do this. But it is so much stuff on her face. There's so much stuff on my face, but it doesn't look like it. I do see Pashmina, but and that's the thing. Like do all the things, and because you're layering, you're putting on creams, you're putting on powders, and then you're gonna put on some more powders, and then you're gonna spray the face. Like it's gonna stay. It should stay. Um, it might be the quality of your products, maybe, but it should really stay. And the idea is not to look overdone. Like all of that, and look at my skin. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. So we're going to do our regular bronzers. We're going to take, do I want to be lazy and use one brush? No, we're going to use different brushes. We're going to take Deep Level 10 from House Labs. This is a Sigma brush. And Deep Level 10. Down here, my face does look rosy. My cheeks do look rosy down here. But me in front of all of these lights, what can I turn off? It's still darker down here because there's a shadow down here. I think if I turn off any other lights, it's going to be way too dark. That's the ring light. Ooh. Yeah, we're not going to do that. And I do like bronzer on my nose. And it always ends up looking shiny anyway. Like, why is that shiny? And we're going to just still do like we normally do. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. I think we're finding our footing with Thursday live streams. Because I know we were always just doing Mondays. We're going to use the same brush. We're going to take medium level 10. Y'all, that hole is getting bigger. Ooh. And I'm hoping that this isn't nickel. I have allergic reaction to nickel. And that's why I stopped using the MAC powder foundation, because when I would hit pan, my face would break out. Yes, I'm allergic to nickel. So I'm hoping that's not nickel. My face hasn't broken out yet from continuing to use this. And so I would only get them when they were on sale, when they were like 30% off, because I'm like, okay, that's about as much as what I'm using. We're going to pick a blush at random, Watermelon Bliss. So we're going to take this and another Sigma brush, and this is what that looks like. Should I, to the members in here, should I do an eye look with that Sigma palette? I can say I am liking the Fenty. Do I want to do brush draping? Which I haven't really done that before either. Yeah, we're going to just do a little bit of brush draping. I do want to dig into that palette, but I know we've been here quite a while already. So should I do a quick look with the Sigma Untamed palette? And part of me, now that I have said that, is thinking, you know, some blush draping. I've never done it, Janessa. I think this is a little too pink for me. This is described as universal red, but I think because I'm sharing it out. Oh shoot, I got an itch on my nose. But part of me wants to go ahead and do 2 more looks with that Spellcraft palette so I can be done with it. Y'all, them shimmers are real pretty. I think they might be holographic shades or something because the formula of it is really, they're creamy, thick, and thin and flaky all at the same time. If I pat them on, blush draping is this, Tony, when you take your blush up on your cheekbones and up here. And some people even put it here, like on their eyelids. So it's just a whole lot of blush way high up. So how I'm taking this all the way up here, that's blush draping. Instead of just like here, how I normally do, or some people may do here, blush draping is taking it all the way up. I saw a really beautiful picture of Rihanna with blush draping. It was really bold and it was really pretty. So that's all blush draping is you're just taking it all the way up and bringing it all the way down. Yeah, it's just stuff that we do and we don't realize. Oh, that's a trend. Like we've been doing that for how long? Thank you, Tanya. Now we're gonna take a highlighter. I'm gonna take Fire Opal because I love this shade. It's described as orange yellow. We're gonna take another Sigma brush that I dropped on the floor. Yeah, I've seen people use a darker shade of blush to do their contours. Yup, that too. And so, you know what, Janessa, we're gonna do that. Janessa, we are going to do that. We are going to, oh man. Acai Sky. Acai Sky. This is Watermelon Bliss. This is Acai Sky. Watermelon Bliss. Acai Sky. And I just realized I never took the plastic off the mirror. Let's get another. Do I want to take a smaller brush? I think I'm going to take a smaller brush. The Sunset Blush trend is so pretty. I know, and it's things that people do all the time, and then it's like, oh, it's a trend now. Just like when freckles became a trend. I'm like, I was born with mine. When I wasn't born mine. In my, around 13, 14, 15 years old is when I started to get freckles. But I'm like, how are you going to just take something that people naturally have and call it a trend? And I was upset for a while, and then I got over it because I'm like, they just want something I got. So we're just going to tap straight in. Whew. And we're going to tap this down here. And, oh my gosh, y'all, this shade. And we're going to use the tip of the brush and just feather upward. Ooh, is this what you were talking about, Janessa? I had a blush that made me look brushed, and I use it now for contour with the leg hand. Speaking of freckles, I ordered some of those metallic press-on freckles. The ones T Swift keeps wearing. And you just reminded me, Janessa, I keep saying I'm going to pull my gems out, because I have a lot of gems, and I haven't used not one yet. So is that what you were talking about, Janessa? Got my little gradient going on? You're saying I look bruised, Tony? Well, you were saying you look bruised. I like the gradient. Thank you, Janessa. I can still see that contour under here. Yo, this is nice. I had to talk myself out of a Laura Mercier blush yesterday. Tanya be shopping. All right, we're going to take this Fire Opal highlighter, and we're going to take a Sigma brush. Oh, man. I love this highlighter. This right here And you can see that orange and yellow. I love this highlighter. Look at that color, y'all. Wow. Damn, look at my wrinkles. Do y'all ever forget part of your features? Like, I forgot I had wrinkles till I was just sitting here grinning at myself. And then I was just like, that. And usually I don't put on this much highlighter. This is pretty. Look at that color. Oh my gosh. The brush that had the setting powder on it. And I keep also meaning to use more of the Fenty spray because it says use before, during, and after your makeup application. And so some people, like all the cream stuff we had on at first, some people would had sprayed their face and then started to blend it out. This brush is wet. I am seriously sweating. So we are going to, you know what, let's go ahead and do that. This is supposed to be sweat resistant, whatever, whatever. I love how it feels because it feels like nothing is going on my face. You like the highlighter? I love this one. Look. What was I going to do? I just love makeup. Me too. I do. Oh, I was going to use an hourglass thing, but I got to let this dry down first a little bit. My handy dandy official YouTuber's tool. Excuse me. And Eternal Light makes me toasty, but then so does, excuse me, House Labs Chocolate Opal. Maybe I'll use them both. I've never used them both before at the same time. So we're going to do that today. Yeah, we're just doing stuff. Thank y'all for being here. And raw amber makes me toasty too. We're going to take this from, this is inspiring me. Oh, wow. That means a lot, Janessa. I think I'm going to do a super intensive blush straight. One pale iridescent shadow all over the lid and then a huge black wing liner. That sounds nice. This one, excuse me for that glare. This one is Mood Light and it is described as lavender pink. And I am tapping straight in because we're going to come under the eye first. I need to stop sweating before I put this all over my face. A nice gloss liner, mascara, and out the door. Yeah, but this was a long process. Have you tried the one size setting spray? I did. I tried that and I tried their setting powder and I did not look good in either one of them. And so I returned them. And I tried them in a live stream. And I forget who it was. They were like, return it. Return it. So we're going to go back and forth. This picks up a lot. So we're just going to just dab. Because I always forget like how much this picks up. And now we're going to swipe. And so the key to makeup for some of us is to look natural. Even though we know it's color there. And I do believe it's a skill to put on a lot of makeup and look like you only have one a little bit. That Kim Kardashian type stuff. Because people be like, oh, let me do this, do that. And I'm just like, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of freaking work. But their makeup does always look pretty. We are going to take... We're going to take Eternal Light from Hourglass. And so, yeah. So we're going to just do that there. And this is a finishing powder, but I don't put this all over my face because it makes me look toasty. So what are y'all thinking of this from where we started? Is it like, you did a lot, but it don't look like it. And I do like that because it doesn't look overdone. We're going to take a clean one and we're going to take Chocolate Opal. This is a highlighter. Chocolate Opal. Look at that. Oh, it's so rich. So rich. So rich. That's what that looks like. So we're just going to put a little bit in the same place. Just to add a little bit more shine to the Hourglass. So y'all, this is what we got. I am liking the blush draping. Oh man, do I want to do a look? Do we want to do a look? What do you say, Janessa? Do we want to do a look? What other members are in here? Grace is multitasking. She's doing something. I know she is. So we have Janessa. Dawn. So should we do a look too? Janessa and Dawn and Sylvia. Janessa, Dawn, and Sylvia. And actually, what we're gonna do, we're gonna spray the Scandinavia spray. I think we want to do a look, Sis Janessa. Whew. 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 Janessa, Spellcraft again, or the Sigma? This Spellcraft one, y'all. I'm thinking that one because then I can just be done with it because I am really over it. I'm over it to the point of if it was at Sephora or Ulta, I would return it because that's how much I'm not feeling it. I'm seeing all these different colors. I do see that orange, yellow, and then I see the blush. I still see that contour. Do a two shadow look. Two shadows? I don't never just use two shadows. So what say Jadeza? Thank you, Tanya. Sigma or lethal again? I'm gonna go ahead and prime the eye. I got brushes. Hey, Lock. Need a brush to blend out the eye primer. So Janessa, okay, thank you. We did a lot to the face, Lock. Oh my gosh, we started out looking crazy. So Janessa, Spellcraft again or Untamed from Sigma Lethal? Thank you. Because after these two looks, I'm done with this. You know what though, y'all, I'm really liking how my face is looking. I mean, I don't like that my nose is shiny, but might as well finish it off. And I'm just not, and as pretty as these shimmers are from the swatches, when y'all see that video, y'all gonna be like, what? Because the swatches when we did the live stream were like really, it was really, really good. But so that little card came out. So this is what we looking like. The first look I did this column. That was this eye. This column, we did this eye. The middle column, we did on both eyes, but for one of them, we put the gray underneath because I wanted to put one of these shades. This creased on me, this one creased on me, and this one creased on me. Yeah, and so I put down the gray and put one of these on top of it just to see if that would help it not do what it was doing. And it's a weird texture. It's a weird texture shadow in that they're creamy, but they're flaky at the same time. And the looks I saw were pretty. It was either like a red look or a blue look or a purple look. But I really wanted to see, you know, after the fact, like what people were saying. And as I mentioned earlier, like nobody's talking about this palette. So I'm thinking like, okay, they didn't really care for it either. And it's really a shame. The shimmers make the palette, but the shimmers, they all creased on me. And the mattes are really good. But when I look at this with Midnight Serenade, the tones are similar as far as the mattes. And so I was wondering, like, would this be something I keep just for the mattes? And the answer is no, because y'all know I like to use an entire palette. You know I like to love what I have. And so if I'm not going to be using the shimmers, then it's like, why have this? Because I could just use other shimmers. And surprisingly, looking at the pictures that I did, the looks I did using Midnight Serenade, those looks are really pretty. And some of those looks look like I could have did it with this palette. Like, yes, these are more holographic, they're more shiny, Mortal Kombat finisher. I really don't think I would miss it. And I was so excited for it. And I am glad that I got to experience it, because if I didn't, you know, I would be wondering like, wow, that palette's really nice. I want to get it. And I do feel like eventually I would have. But it's sort of like, you know, never meet your heroes because you'll be disappointed. So it's like I was so excited for it even before buying it. And then it's just like, okay, this ain't it. All right, we're going to just jump in. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to, I would love this all over my lid. This is that pretty green shade. But because these are so thin, when it shears out, sometimes I see the shift and sometimes I don't. So maybe we'll layer that, I don't know. But, y'all, I'm just over it. All right, so we're going to take this one. Thank you, y'all, for being here. Am I missing anything? So we're going to put this over here. So look, this is a Janessa shade. Look, that's this. If all of them were this texture, but you know what? It is really thin though. It is like super, super thin, but it is so pretty. Maybe these two looks might change my mind. But okay, so this is what I'm saying. How thin it is, you can see my skin underneath. Excuse me if you heard that in my throat. You can see my skin underneath the shadow. So there's like zero opacity. And when I first apply it, the flaky ones, when I pat it on, the color looks really good. But then as time goes on, there was a thin line all the way across my crease. And so you see how, yeah. And so that's what I think it is. I think it's just a thin shadow. And so I thought that was Hex, this shade here. This one is Elemental. And so then I thought maybe these are toppers. Janessa, you know a lot about a lot of makeup. What are holographic shades supposed to do? Are they supposed to just be toppers? Or what? And there's a lot of fallout with these flaky shades. And I'm not just talking about fallout from applying it, but even after the fact, my cleanup, everything will be done. And 30 minutes later, I look in the mirror and like shadow has fallen out onto my face because these are flaky. But Janessa, what are holographic shadows supposed to do? Because I really think that's what these are. But you see how, like, it's there, but then it's not there? And even layering it, it still had that same effect. And so I'm just like, yeah, as I blink, it falls off. Yeah, so it's just like, and so I think it's just a texture of the shadow. But this is going to tell the tale. So these are the last two looks, because the video I did, I committed to doing 2 more looks. And by the end of that video, I was thinking that was going to be a lie, because I was just over it. But then I said, you know what? Let me just chill. We're going to put... these are the two that look the same when I swatched it. We are going to put this over here. The Mets are wonderful. So Janessa, what's the purpose of holographic shades? Are they just supposed to be toppers? And we're doing this because we're going to top it to see if it makes a difference. But that's just a lot of work if it's going to just still fall off and or crease. And y'all know I'm lazy with my makeup, and I probably said that 10 times in the video. I just want to put it on and it works and it looks nice. So we're going to leave that right there, and we'll probably put a black on the outer corner over here. So that was this shade up here, because we're just really just going to see what this is going to look like. I use the glitter glue with holographic shadows because the glitter is to give sparkling dimension. For me, the Fenty primer is like a glitter glue, because I mean, you see stuff just sticks. But what's the purpose of holographic shades? We're going to put this one on the other lid. What is the purpose of holographic shades? Like just to be shiny? I don't know. I don't understand the concept. That's why I'm asking. I think they're best if they are one shade you use, it gives you, oh shoot. It gives you some base color, and then it also has the holographic flash. It's fancy, I guess, but not as user-friendly. Okay. So I don't know. Thank you, Janessa, because I didn't know what the purpose was. So it's really just to be shiny. The only so it's just supposed to be shiny. But I see that and I can understand that. But if it's just going to crease and you can see my skin underneath it, like what's the point? Like to have a creasy shadow. Yeah, and as lazy as I am with makeup, I don't do one of those. I just don't do one of those. So we're going to take 2 more of these brushes, And we're going to layer because I just want to see, like, you know. So we're going to take this shade. This is Conjure. And we have used all of these. So I should put this over here. And now that I put a shadow down, like, this is not sticking. Yo, this is a whole new experience for me. Okay, so some is coming up. And these are creamy. So when I move the brush, like, the whole shadow is just moving. Did I miss something? Sorry for poking you in the eye. Black base to set the tone. That's why I put this gray over it. Was that yesterday? Because I just wanted to see what it was going to look like over a gray shade. And that is a nice gray shadow in here. But it still did the same thing. It still creased on me. It showed up nice and I got excited. And then by the end of the video, I was just like, like, this ain't it. So that looks like just a regular shimmer shade to me. But it is just really thin. And also I topped it because in the look yesterday, because I wanted to see, like, number one, would it not crease? Number two, would it not look so thin? But it didn't really make a difference. And looking at the other videos I saw, I was trying to learn something, but I still had the same result. So that is that. So it's, we're going to come over to this first shade and just pull this over. So this first shade is definitely more sparkly, or maybe it's because it's over the Fenty primer and not over an eyeshadow like over here. I like how this looks just like how it is, but we're going to put something on the top of it. This shade I do like because it's not flaky, but it's still creased. I think these are just too thin for me, for my liking. If you use your fingers for makeup, this may work for you. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a sponge tip. For me, a sponge tip mimics finger application. So even layered, it just looks shiny. And this shade is Eldrick. So this is the base shade, and this is what we're putting on top of it. And it looks pretty. Yeah, it's not a wow. But the looks that I saw, like, they were very bold, very bright, vibrant, and that's why I was thinking, okay, maybe I just blended them out too much. But we're gonna pull over that green shade with the brush that had this on it. Yeah, I mean, it's just cute. I think if you do like one and dones and you do use your finger for your eyeshadow application, just swipe it on and just go. As Tony has said, just do, one and done. But I don't do one and done. I like to do more than that for whatever reason. I don't like flaky shades. They make your eye look the texture. Yeah. And some people I have heard people say that if their lids are already textured or crepey, it'll amplify that look. And so it gave it some more brightness. It did with the sponge tip. Ironically, I don't have a lot of fallout unless I'm just not seeing it all with all the other shiny stuff on my face. And that could be a possibility. We're going to turn it over to the other side. We had this on the other eye. And this is that. So we're going to, yeah, this is, I'm going to see if someone I know wants this. If not, you know what? No, I'm not even going to do that because the experience I'm having with this, like, I don't want that on any of my trolls, to be honest with you. I'm going to put this in my Macari store. If I do think of someone who might want to try these. And I paid for this, y'all, all the way from Germany. And I'm just like, and they don't take returns unless they're unused. But how would I know if it works unless I use it? And I've never even had a thought before to return something to lethal. But I did look up their policy. That's how done I was with it. I was just like, So it does make it look it does make it look a little bit more shiny. I'm loving the face. Like, the face is bomb. But even looking at these shades, it's not anything like, oh, wow. You know what I mean? And then for all the work, and then for it to fall out, and for it to be as thin as it is, it's just like, what was the point? We're going to take this shade right here. This is Summon, and we're just going to just lightly put this over here. I just realized I didn't put anything on my inner rounds or lower lash line. Because you know what? This was about underpainting. I do like that shade. So like right now, like yeah, this look is fine. But like in another 30 minutes, it's going to be on my face. And it's going to be creased. And so, excuse me. We're going to take a clean one. Do I want to take the gray? Let's just, that's going to be too dark. So what? Yo, I'm just like, whatevs. But you know what? I think this might add something to the look, though. Let's just see. This is a really nice gray shade. And all over the lid, it was really nice. Are those meant to be hollow? I think so. The multi-chromes are a little bit underwhelming. Maybe the same is true for these. The ones from Bella Beauty Bar, for example, are beautiful, gorgeous, and wild. This ain't it. And I heard people saying that, you know, Lethal stepped up their game with these shimmers. And I'm just like, if you just look at the looks that people did, it's like, oh yeah, that's really nice. But when you, for me, my experience using it is like, this ain't it. And y'all know I will do some stuff with makeup, but it's looking like there's a gap right here. What the hell happened? What was that one? That was this one. And so it does go on, but then when I blend it, and that's what made me think before, maybe I was blending it too much. But yes, yeah, I'm officially done with this palette. So when y'all see the video though, you'll see more of like the problems I was having with actually applying those shimmer shades. But yeah, I think they're just too thin for me. And to be able to see my skin beneath it, and even though we put a base shade over here, I can still just like, destined for Macari. I already took pictures of it. I took pictures of it this morning to put this in my Macari store. So it was a great idea. And I was excited to have it. But, and it is really pretty. But even as a one and done, like if I put this one and done or this one and done, because it is so thin, it's like a they're not their makeup look. And some people do really like those types of looks. And so if you like a they're not their makeup look, and you know your go-to is a one and done and then be out the door, then yeah, I think you might like this palette. Because there's always something for everybody, right? And so, but for me, the way I do my makeup, and because I want my stuff to show up, and sometimes I do like ethereal looks, but I want it to stay there and not be over my face. Love the looks. I have to bounce to pick up something from the store. Closes. Nice to chat again. Yes, hopefully so. Thank you so much, Janessa. So yeah, that is going to be it, y'all. And y'all know I want to do a black lip, but we're not even going to do a lip because we've been here for a while. Thank you for indulging me using that palette. It is ethereal and it is pretty, but another 20 minutes or so is going to be down here. And because of how it's looking already, I can already tell you that it's going to crease. Because if you can see my lid and the base shade through the sparkle, it's going to crease. The saving grace for me is because my eyes are puffy. When I look up, you can't see my crease. I would actually have to go like this for you to see my crease. But it's still, I would be so conscious because I might be like, oh my gosh, what happened? And then it's like, what? But yeah, this side is starting to look like it's creasy already. But so that's this palette, y'all. This is a no for me, dog. I am glad that I have tried it. I do not regret getting it because I would have been like, oh my gosh, I want to get it. I want to get it. I want to get it. Yeah, but the face though, we got the little chisel going on. We got the chisel going on over here. Did some blush draping. Got a bunch of stuff on the forehead, and it doesn't look overdone. So, our lesson for today was going ham with underpainting. And again, if you want the colors to show up more, and it still looks subtle, just do more darker colors than I used. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tanya. Use darker shades than I used, and y'all are like, girl, those shades was dark as hell. So the lesson is if you think it's dark enough, you can go darker. This is what we use for the contour. This is what we used for the initial blush. So however you think, like if you're my complexion, you might be thinking, oh, just these up here. No, go dark, go super dark, put it on, do a little bit of blending. If you wanted to show up more than how mine's almost disappeared, except for the contour, either don't blend it as much or use a skin tint and not a foundation that's going to give you full coverage. Because Fenty, to me, as you saw, gave full coverage. Because all of that darkness we had, most of it disappeared. 99% of it disappeared. So I do encourage y'all to experiment with face painting. Try not to be afraid, because y'all saw if your foundation has good coverage, it's going to be okay. But just use a lighter coverage foundation or use a skin tint and still go heavy with the under stuff, all the cream stuff that you put on before your foundation. And then keep in mind too, you're going to set your face if you do set your face. So that's another powder that's going on top. And then just layer powder products on top of it, because this is friggin' bomb, y'all. And I can say I will do this again. And I can say I do like the contour under here. And normally I don't contour with contour. I just contour with bronzer. So that's our lesson for today. Is just try new things, experiment, play around. And you might realize that you really like it. Yes, it's a lot of work, but if it's going to stay a lot longer than your makeup normally stays, that is worth it. If you have like a 12-hour day where you're going to be out till who knows when, this is something that's going to stay. It's not going to fade. It's not going to whatever. And also we did use 2 different sprays as well. So you are going to want to spray your face, not necessarily with a setting spray, but with a finishing spray. A setting spray sets your makeup. A spritz of water can set your makeup. All it does is reduce how powdery your face might look. A finishing spray finishes your face, just like with the Hourglass finishing powders. It finishes the face versus just being a setting powder, which sets the cream products and sets the foundation. And so those are a few quick differences for that. So here's what we're going to do. And Princess had gave me this idea before. She had said like to do something and encourage you all to try it. And so if you try underpainting, feel free to send me pictures. You'll have to email them to me. My email is in my description box. I am no longer on my Instagram makeup channel, so trying to reach me there is not going to work. But I would love for you just to experiment with underpainting. Send me pictures if you would like to do that. And let's just continue experimenting with our makeup, having fun, trying new things, because we might find out we like it. I never did all this before, and I'm fucking digging it. And if you have palettes or something you're not sure about, I committed to 2 more looks. We did 2 more looks. I'm done with it. And so, just try your things. Analyze why you don't like it, why you do. Figure out if it's something that you want to keep or you don't want to keep. And then just go from there. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And I appreciate each and every one of you. I don't know what we're doing on Monday. My lives are scheduled already for the rest of the month. Swatches. I do believe the majority of the rest of our live streams this month are lethal swatches from when the members help me name my lethal BYOPs. So yeah, we're going to be having some swatch parties, which is going to be fun. So thank you for being here, playing y'all makeup. And again, if you do some underpainting, feel free to send me pictures, to email me pictures, and we can just celebrate together and just keep having fun with our makeup. Thank you so much for all the thumbs up, your time, the chat. I appreciate it. Yes, it was a lot of fun. And as always, if you're new here, thank you for being here. If you're watching the replay crew, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. Joining the official membership would be appreciated, because we be doing some things and having some fun here. And so, hey, Dawn, I forgot you were here. You've been quiet. But we'll chat later, Dawn. And, question, serious question I have forgot. In our analytics, I know my whole voice just got loud. In our analytics, we can see like who our most active commenters are and who our most active subscribers are. I have not done shout outs because sometimes people don't want to shout out. So let me know either here now or come back later and comment. do you want to be shouted out or not, or do you want to remain anonymous? Because I do want to like be like, hey, so and so 100% be commenting on all the videos or blah blah blah. And so it's just to give you recognition for being here and the things that you already do. So let me know if you would like shout outs. If you pop up as one of the most active members that I have or most active subscribers that I have, and it changes per week, I think. And so that's the question. So again, underpaint, y'all. Experiment your makeup. Send me pictures. This is nothing special. This side is starting to crease already. We're going to go. And Dawn, you're one of them people too. Yeah, your face be popping up. I'll be like, oh, okay. So we're gonna go, y'all. Thank you so much. Underpaint, send me pictures. Let's do this thing together. Keep playing the makeup and having fun. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon. Bye, everybody. Sorry for poking you in the eye. Ooh.